Hi students, today we are going to learn a concept from Human Health and Diseases chapter. The concept is active immunity and passive immunity. The very first and most important key point is that in active immunity, the host or the person will produce the antibodies. That is the first key point. But in passive immunity, antibodies will be given to the persons. This one difference will be the most crucial thing in this concepts. Okay, so first one, active immunity, antibodies will be produced. Okay, the host will be producing the antibody. When we will be producing the antibody? When the antigen enters our body. Okay, the antigen entry may be due to any inactivated pathogens or killed pathogens or any antigenic proteins. Whenever these three things, any one of these three things are entering into our body will start to produce antibodies. So this is called as active immunity. But here in this case, the immune response will be slow. It will take a lot of time to show the full potency of the immune response to fight against the pathogen. But once it is produced, this immunity will be a long-lasting immunity for us. But in the case of passive immunity, ready-made antibodies are given to the patients in case of any serious illnesses or in case of infants or the baby when the fetus is developing. Those cases, the person does not have time for preparing antibodies, so ready-made antibodies will be given directly. And this immune response will be very quick, but once the antibodies are used up, the immunity will not be retained after that. So it is quick as well as short-lived. So definitions are these. Now coming to the examples. So active immunity can be of two types. One is natural as well as artificial. Natural, when we are taking, if we are experiencing any natural infections like smallpox, mumps, like that, any natural infections we are getting, that time our body starts to produce antibodies. So all those kinds of immunity are called as natural active immunity. But on the other hand, artificial immunity means it is based on the immunization. During the vaccination program or immunization program, deliberately the antigenic preparation or microorganisms are introduced into our body. So in response to that introduction, we will produce antibodies. So artificially we are introducing the microbes. So such immunity is called as artificial active immunity. Now coming to the examples of passive immunity. First one, these two examples are natural passive immunities. We know that the colostrum, the initial days of lactation, the mother will be producing colostrum. Colostrum will be rich in several antibodies, especially the antibody IgA. Okay, so specifically, here the antibodies are given directly to the infant, and during the time of embryonic development also, through placenta, some antibodies will cross the placenta and reach the fetus and will give immunity to the fetus. So these two things are coming under natural passive immunity. And artificial or passive immunization, when we are talking about, if a person is suffering from tetanus, they will be given ATS, that is anti-tetanus serum. This serum will be containing prepared antibodies, so the person will be producing a quick response. The same way, for snake bites and all, we will give antivenin. This also contains antibodies prepared to give the person immediate immune response. So these are all the differences between active and passive immunity. Thank you.